Hi, my name is Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be going over some Oxford vocabulary to make sure that you are ready to go to Oxford. So let's just get started. So first word is Subfusc. Subfusc is what you wear to matriculation and also to graduation. However, then you would wear a graduation gown. The Subfusc, I'll insert a picture right here, is essentially your gown and then a white blouse, a black ribbon, black skirt, black ties, black shoes, or black trousers if you prefer to wear trousers as a female, or the male version of that would just be a black suit and a white bow tie. And the gown you wear basically shows what kind of your status is within the university. So I was a graduate student at the University of Oxford, so I was wearing the graduate commoners gown, which is slightly longer from the undergraduate one. The undergraduate commoners gown is kind of shorter, so it comes up kind of like to your fingertips. And if you are an undergraduate student and you receive a scholarship from the university, or you obtained a first in your first year at uni, you get to wear a scholar's gown. It has more of like a Harry Potter feel to it, if you ask me, but this is what a scholar's gown looks like. Klaus is wearing one in this photo. Second word would be the Bod, and Bod refers to Bodleian, which is our central library system here in Oxford. And you will also have a Bod Card, which is in essence your university card. So it will be your ID card to get into libraries, to get into your college. You're going to use that for literally everything. And along with the Bod, we have the Rad Cam. The Rad Cam is part of the Bodleian libraries. It is actually a library and you are able to go in there and study, which is really cool. It's the iconic round building right in the city centre of Oxford. Then we have Michaelmas, Hilary and Trinity. Those are the 3 terms that we have here in Oxford. So every single year is based off of 3 terms. So we are not on a semester system, we're on a term-based system. So we have 3 of those and all of 3 are just named. And Michaelmas is the first one, Hilary the second one, and Trinity is the third one. And every single term has 8 weeks. However, if you are a postgraduate student, you sometimes have to submit things in 10th week, which is not quite a thing, but yeah, it is. It's a bit weird. And every single term starts with Noughth week. Noughth week is essentially the week before first week. So you'll have week 0 in essence, and that is Noughth week. And it's a very Oxford thing. It's when everybody just comes back in uni. It's generally a lot of fun right before you get on with studying again. Then we have college. A college is your little community within the wider university. So everybody in Oxford, or nearly everyone, is part of a college. And while you're part of a college, you get to kind of hang out with those people and create a lot of friends. So it's really nice to have your own smaller community within the university. Then we have PPHs. PPH stands for Permanent Private Hall. A permanent private hall is in essence also sort of a college. A PPH is more of an independent college, if that makes sense. So I was part of a PPH, and a PPH is generally a bit smaller than a college, but in essence there is not really a difference between either a college or a PPH. They're both very similar, they both have the same things, they're just a bit smaller. And in your college or your PPH, you'll most likely find a quad, and a quad is a piece of grass enclosed by buildings, and that's what we call a quad. That's generally where all the fun stuff happens in college. Also, your college will have a hall. Hall is the space where you dine and where you eat breakfast and lunch. Formal hall is the event that everybody shows up dressed up to dinner with their gown. Normally you don't wear a Subfusc to formal hall, but you do wear a nice dress with your gown on top of it. So it's always very Harry Potter when everybody shows up dressed up in their gown or dressed nicely. It's very fun and you get a nicer meal generally. Also during formal hall, you'll notice that some colleges will have a high table, which is where all of the members of college are sitting. For example, the dean or your principal or president or whatever the name of the head of your college is. The junior deans will be sitting there. Some other people are involved in day-to-day college stuff, and also the fellows will be seated there. You as a student can be invited to high table, and it's an absolute honor if you are invited to sit at high table for dinner. There is also such a thing as exchange formals, which is where you go to a different college and then that college comes to your formal as well. So you kind of swap formals, so you actually get to attend formals at different colleges, which is really fun. Then most colleges have a porter's lodge or a reception. That's kind of the area where you enter. There will be always somebody who can help you out with finding your way around college, if you have lost your key to your room, or if your light bulb went out. Then we have the scouts. Those are the people in college who clean your room. Also, most colleges have a JCR, an MCR and an SCR, depending on whether your college is a postgrad only college or an undergraduate college. You will have a JCR or an MCR or both and an SCR. The JCR refers to the Junior Common Room, which is in essence a physical space where undergraduate students can gather. Also, the JCR refers to the entire undergraduate student body at a specific college, and the JCR also refers to the JCR committee, and the committee are the people who are organizing fun activities at your college. The MCR is the Middle Common Room, which is for graduate students, and the SCR is the Senior Common Room, which is for fellows. And one of the activities that your JCR or your MCR will often organize are BOPs. In essence, those are college parties. Then while at Oxford, you're also studying, and you probably go and have a couple of Tutes. Tute is short for tutorials. Those are teaching moments that are very specific to Oxford. They're often either a one-to-one or one professor with a maximum of 3 students. Often they're with 2 students, and it's a great opportunity to just ask questions and learn more about your topic and learn more about your essays. Then if you need to log on online to use any of the Oxford services, you will use your SSO, which is your single sign-on. Then in your social life, you'll run into the Student Union and the Oxford Union, and a very different thing. The Student Union at Oxford is just a normal student union as in every single other university. The union, however, is the debating society in Oxford, and they host a lot of cool events with a lot of interesting speakers. Then that is town versus gown, which is kind of the difference between the students here at Oxford who are classified as gown, and town are the people who are actually living in Oxford who do not have anything to do with the university. Then we have the Tescalator, which is the escalator at Tesco's, and it has its own Facebook page. You can look up its status because it's an awful lot of times it is actually broken, weirdly enough. So there's a lot of people and students who post on there saying that the Tescalator is running again or whether it's broken. It's a fun thing. But it's just the escalator at Tesco's. And then there is a lot of specific Oxford vocab that has to do with sports. First of all, Varsity. Varsity is a match between Oxford and Cambridge, and if you participate in a varsity match, you can earn a full blue or a half blue depending on how well you performed in your sport, and depending on whether your sport is a full blue or a half blue sport. And a full blue and a half blue, essentially they're jackets, that's all they are, they're blazers. You get a full blue blazer or a half blue blazer, and it's quite an honor to get one. Cuppers is intercollegiate, so if you are doing croquet, for example, and you're playing a different college, it's called Cuppers. And Croquet Cuppers, I believe, is the largest croquet tournament in the world, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken that, but I've heard that a couple of times around me. Croquet is very popular in Oxford because it's the only game you're allowed to play on the grass in your quad, so a lot of people play croquet. Then there are crew dates, so if you're part of a team sport, you go with your team to a restaurant somewhere and you meet another team there. So it's generally a female team and a male team, and you go together for dinner and you bring your own booze, and it's a lot of fun. Then there are some more words that are associated with rowing. So first of all, rowing matches between colleges are not arranged through cuppers, they're arranged through bumps. And other large rowing competitions in Oxford are Summer 8s and Torpids. And if you go rowing, you have to go to your Boathouse, which is all the way at the south bit of Christchurch Meadow. There are a bunch of boat houses next to the river where you can grab your boat and go rowing with your team, obviously. So this is all of the Oxford vocab that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was a lot of fun. I hope it prepared you for Oxford, or that you learned just a little bit more about it. And thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have a lovely day and see you later. Bye.